Hello everyone. Today I am going to give a brief overview of a well-known small cap company in the transmission and distribution sector. Uh, this company is Rajesh Power Services. But before that, let's understand more about the T&D space and the entire power industry. So power is present everywhere around us, starting from a light bulb to the gigawatt data centers which are powering the AI compute to even the device on which you are watching this video. So the power industry has different verticals starting from power generation to transmission to distribution and directly to each and every end user. So as you can see, power generation can be from different sources: thermal, nuclear, which are the non-renewable energy sources, and renewable sources like wind, solar, hydro. Then after generation, we need to transmit this power from the source to the destination. So that entire segment is called the transmission sector. Um, from transmission, which is basically high voltage electricity movement, we need to step it down and then send it to consumers. That phase is called the distribution phase, and then from there it goes to the consumers. So market experts call transmission to be a decadal theme because the need and power and the growth of power demand actually will be there in our lives for a long time, and transmission is always going to be needed even when BESS comes up, which is a battery energy storage system. They need transmission because not every individual can produce their required power just beside them. So we need transmission to transmit that power from the source to the destination. And the bulk of costs in this sector are concentrated in three core components actually, which is first is the tower, then is the conductor, which is the wires, and then the substation, where basically power is basically stepped down or stepped up. India is the third largest producer and consumer of electricity with an installed capacity of 476 gigawatt, and the power demand is projected to double by 2030, which is basically driven because of India's growth story in urbanization and huge demand in rural and urban India. Moreover, there are various government targets to integrate this power demand with 500 gigawatt renewable capacity target by 2030. This industry is mostly driven by capex. The most important company for transmission basically is Power Grid in India. It operates most of the nation's high voltage transmission lines, in, starting from 75 to 80%, which with the voltage ranging anywhere between 220 kV to around 765 kV. So the Power Grid is the biggest public company, as I already discussed. It's managing India's most of the transmission lines for high voltage and extra high voltage. So the recent trend line of the capex shows here that the capex is going at around 37.7% for Power Grid. So we all can know that there is a huge growth opportunity in this sector. Um, Power generation, as we saw in the top of the value chain, is also basically getting the headlines. Is huge push for renewable energy sources. But power generation is commoditized. So once a unit of electricity is produced either from coal or from solar, it becomes indistinguishable. So prices are going to be benchmarked and margins may be slim there. And there are various players right now who are already generating power, both from public and private sectors. But this electricity has to be transmitted. It can't be stored as of now at a huge scale. So the true challenge right now is to move this power from the source to destination, and that's why transmission is becoming the choke point of the system. I read somewhere that in US, because of the huge demand in the data centers right now, the transmission is becoming a choke point because they are not updated and upgraded for the last 40 to 50 years. And most important thing is that the transmissions sector has huge growth opportunities and very less players in this space because this needs a definite skill set. So there is a lot of TAM actually available for the already present players to capture the growth. As you can see, the market size is estimated to be around 35.6 lakh crore by FY32. The capex also is in pipeline for around 9.15 lakh crores. The cost, as I said, in this transmission space is split around 90% between towers and substations, and the rest 10% is conductors. There's huge capacity addition targets by the government. It's expected to reach 6.48 lakh circuit kilometer by FY32. The substations as well is being expected to grow to 23.44 million megawatt ampere by FY32. There is huge demand in EVs, data centers, smart cities, urbanizations, and there is huge demand in the tech transformation as well, in the high voltage and extra high voltage transmission. Even the grid needs to be upgraded for automated basically transmission of power from a low area, from a low power, from a high power supply to a low power supply. So the key insights are multi-year policy-backed technology-driven infrastructure growth stories, what is being unleashed in front of us. So the company basically is basically delivering turnkey EPC solutions in the extra high voltage substations, in the underground cable networks and overhead transmission lines. Also, it is operating in the maintenance and engineering for various utilities and solar plants. Also, it has started growing focus. Started focusing on solar energy, green hydrogen, and smart grids as well recently. From the financial aspect, because of huge tailwinds, the company has almost tripled its revenue and PAT from FY24 to FY25. As you can see, the revenue mix is mostly 72% is from distribution and 28% is from transmission. The EBITDA margins are stable at 12%. There is good ROC and ROE. The credit report is also stable. The order book is the most important thing, because mostly this industry is capex driven and order book driven. So the order book for FY26 as of now is almost 3x of FY24 25. So there is good visibility of growth for the next 12 to 18 months as of now. The debt to equity ratio is healthy as well. So because of the huge order pipeline, I feel that there are huge growth opportunities for this company. The risks to watch are basically it's a tender-based business model. Working capital is intense. It's mostly concentrated in Gujarat, but it has started expanding other western and northern part of the country as well. The cash flow from operations is negative right now because of receivables. It's expected because of the billing cycle of the government. I mean, the payments are delayed by the government, so it's expected as of now. Technically, Rajesh Power is trading above the 20 weekly EMA. So, one disclosure from my side is I'm invested in this company from earlier levels, starting from the beginning of the year. So, as long as the company is trading above its 20 weekly EMA, I'm pretty much confident about this.